It's just standing there. Huh? Ooh. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content.
I'll trade my sanity all for some vanity. Let it be my death from within. Life's a glass prison where no one can see.
Guys.
Part
3 of this everlasting series that is slowly draining my mental health.
What else is new, man?
Some of these things, it's like you can't even explain. And I low-key like it. I'm a big skeptic, but I'm also a big, we call it guilty pleasure into this kind of content.
Oh, I thought you were an arsonist.
Yep, I'm an arsist. Arsist. Yep, I'm an arsist.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
this time, this actually is a top 5. But go ahead.
I fancy myself a fan of rap. You could call me a rapist, if you will. Again, I keep stealing internet historians' lines. I wonder if he's just gonna find me and beat me over the head with a boomerang. Oh wait, no, he's Australian. I couldn't remember if he was Australian or a Kiwi.
A kiwi? Isn't that a fruit?
Yes, it is, but that's what they call the friggin' that's a name for people who live on New Zealand. They call them Kiwis. Kiwis and Aussies. Aussies and Kiwis. Don't get them confused, or they'll kill you.
Okay.
Or we'll kill you, mate. Even though we kind of sound the same. And, one person's from New Zealand. They can move to Australia and no one really give a shit. Because they all sound the same. I'm joking, by the way. Aussies and Kiwis, don't murder me, please. You're already taking all of our acting jobs away from us. I mean, hell, there are so many people out there who are convinced it's just like, oh, yeah, Russell Crowe, he's American. He's American, right? No. It's like, oh, Kate Blanchett, yeah, she's an American, right? Nope. It's like, oh, Sam Worthington, yeah, he's American, right? Nope. No. All the Australians and New Zealanders are taking all the American roles. It's just like, damn.
Yep, they're the next Mexicans.
They took a jar.
I love street racing, so I'm a racist. Anyways, we have another Nuke's top 5 as an actual top 5.
Yeah. These last two are actually top 5s.
And this is top 5 scary ghost videos that will make you pitch a hissy fit.
Sorry.
Am I talking to Ariana Grande? I don't think my mic would pick that up if I did it myself. God, wow. Yo, Ariana, he's coming for your career.
That's sounds like someone letting loose the balloon, not that.
I think all the fucking dogs in my block just heard you. Well, that was an intro.
Oh, yeah. What do you expect? Only the best.
And before we start the video, remember, guys, leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. Do the whole shing-ding of notification bell on all. Do the same thing from my friend right here. Again, this is a 4-part series. 2 are coming here. 2 are going to his channel. So again, notification bell on all. Subscribe to both of us. And as we upload these footage and videos and content and this, leave a like on all 4 videos. Supports us tremendously. Because YouTube algorithm sometimes could be, Anyways,
but also don't forget, guys. There's a whole thing with us doing this. If you want us to watch more, hey, let us know, because we've been having fun with these over the last 2 videos, and now we're in the second half of this. And I'm just like, oh man, we only got 2 more of these to do. Dang it.
Yeah. So if you guys know
more.
Yeah, if you guys know any must watch of Nuke's top 5, obviously he has maybe over 100 of these type of videos.
Yeah, or Mr. Ballin. I mean, there's also a bunch of great scary content creators here on YouTube. I know Mr. Nightmare's been the go-to for a lot of people over the last 10 years almost. And I know Chills as well. I know Number 10, Burger King foot lettuce. I'm sorry.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
And now back to the top 15 disgusting things that makes Chills' voice go even more outrageous. Number 1, Renegade Media Group. All of a sudden you hear Chills finds out we're reacting to his videos. He's like, those motherfuckers. I can't believe... I can't believe that they would stoop so low. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to take that fat piece of shit, Nathan Hamilton, and I'm going to rake him over the coals. I love Chills. And he's gotten his just desserts on his voice and everything, but I mean, it's an iconic voice. And there's a reason why people quote it and emulate it all the time.
I see it a lot on TikTok. But just like Nate said, if there is more Nate, almost said Nate top 5. If there's any more Nuke's top 5 or any other content creators that do, either ghost stories or horror stories that you want us to check out, comment section below. Let us know. We'll definitely put it in our playlist of things to watch, and we'll do more of these type of series where, again, parts of it end up on my channel and parts of it ends up on Nate's channel. So let us begin with this top 5 scary ghost videos that will make you pitch a hissy fit. Are you
also spooky?
You ready, Ariana Grande?
From the dark doorway. Popular Japanese ghost hunters Hiro and Tomo from the YouTube channel Omagatoki Film travel to a mysterious abandoned house that is said to be extremely haunted.
Omagatoki.
The story goes that years ago, a married couple was living in the house. The wife descended into madness, and late one night in a fit of rage, she violently
she
took
must have tried to become a
husband's
YouTuber.
wife, and then she took her own. These days, the house has been abandoned for over 10 years.
And she burnt the sandwich.
No one goes near the place, and it is believed that some evil presence haunts the home. But that doesn't stop the Omagatoki Film team. Investigators Hiro and Tomo vow to spend the night and explore the infamously haunted house. Eventually, the two guys decide to split up. Hiro goes back to the car and Tomo stays to explore the second floor. As Tomo looks around, he finds an opening into the attic. There he finds old clothes and pictures of the family that once lived there. Tomo calls Hiro to tell him what he's found. But there is something else going on that is downright chilling. Watch very closely.
もしもし。なんか天板が外れて屋根裏みたいなのがあったの。なんかすごいなんか雑音がすごい。あ、マジ？いや、やばい。全然聞こえない。マジ？なんかね、大丈夫？今聞こえる？あ、今聞こえる？聞こえる？はい。あそこの押し入れの中を見たんだけどさ、なんか天板が外れてさ、屋根裏みたいな感じになってたな。
Tomo experiences odd interference when attempting to phone Hiro. And did you see it? Tomo doesn't notice, but someone appears to be peeking out at him from a dark doorway. Completely unaware of what he has just captured, Tomo heads down to the car to meet up with Hiro. Once he's gone, a static camera captures something absolutely terrifying.
I see it on the right. It's just standing there. Huh?
Oh.
That's a whole body.
That is an immense apparition.
You can see
the
that
power behind. Yeah.
The head is moving, shaking, and it's turning a little bit.
The figure of a woman can be seen in the doorway, just kind of standing there motionless. Then suddenly, without explanation, the camera just stops recording. When Tomo and Hiro review their footage, they are shocked by what they discover. So could this be the apparition of the woman who went mad inside the house?
I wouldn't
Or
doubt
just
it.
Who?
I
or
would not
what?
doubt it.
And it's going like this.
Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire creepy
Yeah.
2-part investigation over on the YouTube
Jesus.
channel Omagatoki Film. Meanwhile, on TikTok, TikTok user Tim Saver says that he's a new night guard at an undisclosed facility. He says that he's the only guard willing to work the night shift, and for good reason. You see, strange and unexplainable things seem to happen in the building in the dead of night, but no one knows why. Over the course of the next week, Tim begins to understand where most of the activity in the building takes place.
The hallway?
Creepy abandoned unit just inside the facility. On night 11 at his new job, he leaves his phone to record the abandoned unit as he makes his rounds. An hour into the recording, this happens. A light flashes and a hatch leading to the upper attic space opens and closes on its own. Gathering his courage, Tim grabs a ladder and climbs up into the attic to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling.
Whoa.
What's a hand?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, it went away.
Oh.
Hand is back
There it
again.
is again. He sees it. Oh.
Get the fuck out. Get the
That's what
fuck
he's
out.
doing.
The pale hand seems to come out of nowhere and wraps around a small statue sitting on the attic floor. Even stranger, there appears to be no arm or no body
Nothing
attached
else
to the
attached
hand.
to it.
Tim quickly gets out of there.
As he should.
So, is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate TikTok hoax? You decide. TikTok user Brianna's videos are mostly dedicated to
Oh,
her favorite
I think this is the one
pastime,
that's on the thumbnail.
free diving in the beautiful waters just off the coast of sunny Florida. Now,
Of course,
none
Florida.
of Brianna's videos have anything to do with the supernatural. Well, except for just this one. One afternoon, Brianna is going for a routine dive when she captures something truly chilling.
She hears
Look
it.
at crying.
Yeah.
Brianna starts to panic as she hears loud, distressed underwater screams all around her. After she surfaces and disturbed by what she just heard, she goes down again to try to figure out just what is going on. This time, there are no screams. Brianna is baffled by what just happened and posts her strange unexplained video to TikTok. Now, of course, many viewers accuse Brianna of adding a fake audio track to her dive video. So, to prove them wrong, Brianna posts again, this time showing the footage directly from her GoPro camera.
So, people are asking what camera I use. GoPro 7 works perfectly fine for me. I cracked it a little bit, but I use the case. Definitely not a voiceover though, so I'm going to show you the video straight out of my GoPro. Just like how I recorded it. So you can hear it.
Yeah.
So, it's not a voiceover or an edit or anything like that. So.
Now, when watching Brianna's original video, it looks like she's swimming through some kind of wreckage, possibly that of a sunken ship.
Yeah.
Many viewers believe that she might have captured the eerie final screams of the ghost of someone who didn't survive the wreck.
Yeah, probably got stuck in their room.
Trapped. Yeah, I got trapped on it.
It sounds like a little kid too. Looks like a mom with a child.
Yeah.
Now, paranormal or not, the strange underwater screams are absolutely unnerving. This
They
next
are.
creepy video was uploaded to TikTok by Rosie B from Michigan. The home security clip shows Rosie's daughter strolling through the kitchen when the toddler seems to have a very odd and chilling encounter.
Yeah, those treats. My mom uses those. Whoa! Someone just tried to pull her.
Mm-hmm.
At first, the girl
Oh.
appears to be talking to someone that we can't see, when suddenly something seems to try to yank a plastic container of snacks right out of her hand. Whatever it is then seems to go after her toy box. The toddler puts up a fight and wins, and then just walks away, seemingly angry at whoever
Yeah.
or whatever was grabbing at her things. Later, when Rosie asks her daughter about what happened, the little girl says that a young boy and girl were trying to take away her toys. But looking at the video, there's just no one there. At least no one that we can see. So is the little girl fighting over toys with the ghosts of two children? Let me know what you think. Before
Damn.
Kids are more susceptible to seeing things and feeling things. So it's kind of hard to have a 2-year-old child or a 3-year-old child be like an actor for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, especially when it. Yeah, obviously we can see like her being like she wouldn't know how to act and like someone literally because I've been in tug of wars with my sister. I know what it's like to have someone try and pull something out of your hand, and that is very convincing. And if she's a child actor who's able to pull that off, that's really, really good in terms of her body behavior and everything. You know, just like acting like you're being pulled along with the thing. But yeah, that one's just way too. That one just. Whew.
Can't really explain that one. And it's, again, like I
No.
said, kids are more susceptible to the spiritual world. I have a brother that is autistic, and when he was about 6 years, no, he was 7. I left that motherfucker to die. I'll admit it. I'll say it in camera.
just bold face admit it. Like
I would just
yeah,
admit
I
it.
left that motherfucker.
I left him
Yeah,
to.
he did.
Yeah. Apparently, part that's fucked is that my dad, my parents are separated. They're divorced. So my dad moved out, remarried, had 2 new kids, and the place he lives at is a condominium. Behind the condominium is a cemetery. So yeah. So he lives right behind. Well, he lives in front of a cemetery. So back in the days, in my high school days, when obviously, what was it? Court ruling and custody was a thing. The agreement was every 2 weeks I sleep over at my dad's house. Well, me and my sister. That was just the agreement with the courts. And I remember it happened twice. We still a weekend around October. And again, since this is on my channel, there's a video which is right here. It is my 5 ghost stories. And I talked about it there in detail, in great detail. But just to give you a little quick synopsis here. It's basically around like 6 or 7 a.m. my baby brother started laughing. It's like starts dying laughing. So I talked to my baby brother. I'm like, hey, what's so funny? He's like, oh, Timmy's in the corner dancing and making jokes. Looked in the corner, there's nothing there. So I'm like, okay. I'm like this. I'm like, well, go back to bed. We're all still sleepy. Play with him later. Obviously, we didn't go back to bed. But obviously, my youngest brother did went back to bed. And then 2 months later was my youngest brother's birthday. He just turned 6. And there was a balloon that had obviously a 6 on it for his 6th birthday. And again, we still the weekend for his birthday. 5 o'clock in the morning, the oldest of the baby brothers was laughing again, the autistic one. Laughing, just kiki ka 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 ka, all the whole 9 yards. It's like he heard like a Kevin Hart stand up, just that kind of laughing. So I'm like, what's so funny? He points in the corner where the balloon is at, and he's like, Timmy's playing with the balloon. Timmy's playing with the balloon. Nate, I fucking shit you not. The balloon starts moving.
Oh.
So as you can see in the camera, I have 2 cameras on. So one Nate can see me and one for the recording. But for Nate's POV, this is the balloon, right? It's in the top right corner, as closely as possible. So it's like this, right? In the top right corner of the room. It started slowly going towards the middle of the room. And then it got pulled down. It was just free floating. Just like that. It was like something was pulling it down. And it was a fresh balloon. It was not old. Obviously, when balloons, after a week or 2, it starts to like kind of like buoyant in between the air because it's losing the helium.
It's losing the helium. The helium's going out through the...
This was a brand spanking new balloon that we got from Party City. Well, the next day, but still, it's still brand spanking new. It was right in the middle of the room. It free floated very slowly to the middle of the room, then pulled down right in the middle. And the air mattress that I slept on for the weekend was in the middle of the room. So basically, the balloon is free floating basically above me. I was below it.
Oh.
I got the fuck up. I took my charger, my DS, and my phone. I closed the door, put a chair to it, locked it. Called my mom. I'm like, Ma, you need to fucking pick me up right now.
You leaving your brother to die. You're like, Rick, open the door. Rick, Timmy doesn't like your joke.
So I knocked on my dad's door. I already had all my shit packed. You know, I went to the bathroom, took all what I had, my toothbrush and all that kind of stuff. And I knocked on my dad's door. And Dad opened the door all tired and groggy. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Mommy's coming in 3 minutes. She's picking me up." He's like, "What the hell happened?" And I told him the story. And ever since, I never went back to my dad's house to sleep over. I went to go visit, but from that night on, I never stayed over ever again.
No.
Nope. I'm sorry. I love my baby brother. I never had brothers in my life. That night was gonna be a continuation of me never having brothers in my life again.
Oh, damn, bro. That's cold.
Let's continue.
That is cold. Yeah, by all means.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com.
Yeah, fuck Timmy.
My Haunted Hotel.
Wow.
Over 400 years ago, all the way back in 1622, the Old King's Head Inn was built in Chester, England. It is said that at least 13 ghosts haunt the old inn. including a man in black that roams the haunted hotel and the ghost of a young child. The many spirits of the inn are said to frequently interact with visitors and guests, especially in the inn's many bedrooms. These days, Ye Olde King's Head still serves as a hotel, bar, and restaurant and is now owned by Harry Achilleos. As a paranormal enthusiast himself, Harry has a grand plan for Ye Olde King's Head Hotel. He wants to capture real evidence of paranormal activity at the inn and let hotel guests experience it as well.
Smart move.
Harry, along with his friends and fellow paranormal investigators Brett and Danny, installed 16 live cameras to record multiple angles of every room in the hotel. Visitors can now rent rooms to explore and seek out their own paranormal experience, and they usually find it. The owner and his team carefully monitor their guests on the 16 video feeds, both to make sure that everyone is safe and to capture paranormal evidence. The Olde King's Head team have collected hours of creepy, unexplained footage, and they share their spookiest moments over on their YouTube channel, My Haunted Hotel. Now, the guests that come to the hotel are usually not paranormal investigators in any way. In fact, most of them have never even encountered anything paranormal at all. So sometimes the visitors can be a little bit jumpy. Guest Kirsty is filled with fear when she is asked to investigate the hotel's cellar all by herself. While she's down there alone in the dark, something happens that scares the living out of her.
Oh, day. Oh my God.
Oh. It was by her face.
This is the worst thing I've ever done my whole entire life.
Bug.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh, is there anyone in here?
Oh, it's the generator. It's the generator.
Wow. Well done, boys.
The eerie silence is suddenly broken by a loud roar as the hotel's generator turns on without warning, making poor Christy nearly jump right out of her skin. My haunted hotel team jump at the sudden noise, but they quickly laugh it off when they realize that it's just their generator. But then something happens that they just can't explain.
Whoa, what was that though? What the hell just happened? What was that? Something just off camera is just...
What, just to try and explain here, the generator's just gone off in the cellar and Kirsty's obviously cracked herself as it's happened.
Yeah.
God knows, but something has happened here off camera that has made her now run out of the cellar. We have to radio through and make sure they're okay.
In a bizarre twist, a gigantic bang occurs on what we believe to be the cellar hatch off camera, and it is so loud it distorts the audio. To cause this loud of a bang means something must have hit the hatch with considerable force, but we find nothing that could have caused this.
The accent.
Cause this, yeah.
Right, we're just heading in now to find the girls. Girls, where are you?
Where are you at there,
What
girls?
just happened?
What's wrong with you?
Ever going in a cellar ever again.
Right, so we saw the generator come on,
Yeah,
which is
that
obviously...
scared me.
But what was it off
Something
camera?
just went boom.
So it was to your left. We
Yeah.
couldn't see it off camera.
Yeah, it was on this side.
What was it? Can you try and
I don't
explain
know.
what it was?
I don't know. It was like just a big massive bang, and then I ran.
So obviously
Bang.
the generator's not paranormal, but then the
No,
bang that
the
you
bang
heard...
was definitely something. That was nothing like normal.
Kirsty says that right after the generator turned off, she heard another completely unexplained loud bang and just made a run for it.
Yeah, fight or flight.
Now, Kirsty
Smart.
isn't the only
Smart.
guest to experience a creepy encounter with the unexplainable. On a different night, guests Janine and Lottie are investigating the hotel's most haunted room, Room 5. This room is said to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. The child ghost that roams the hotel is said to be particularly active in this room, so the space has been decorated with dolls and toys.
Nope.
And it seems like the two women might not be alone in there.
Hello, children. We've got a toy here. You can change the lights on it. What's that?
Do you feel that?
What
I
was
feel like my
that?
whole world is shaking.
I got my knickers in a bunch.
Next door. I don't know if there's any
You've got your,
or not.
you've got your knickers in a bunch. Yeah, bruv. The door just fell.
Janine
say
and
you're
Lottie
right.
hear a
You're
disturbing
acting all
bang,
hot
but they
and
are
bothered.
unable to
The
locate
door just
exactly
fell
where
off
it came
off
from.
the banister.
The grandma's a G. She just stand there.
Yeah, she's just like, she's
on
like,
its own. Janine,
she's
Lottie,
like, I
and the My
survived.
Haunted Hotel team
I survived
are all
World War
shocked by the
II. I don't gotta sit
experience.
through this shit.
But Janine is a bit of a skeptic and attempts to debunk what just happened. But she chooses a very, very odd method to debunk the incident.
You evil Nicky. Oh, you wound up. You evil. Don't do that. No.
I love her.
Yeah. She don't give a fuck.
Oh God, I don't know what you're doing. Right, I've jumped up and down in front of it and it's not moved. No. Right. Sit a bit closer. I ain't close to the door. That's going off again.
Yo, she's a G.
Right, you're in the room with her. Oh my God!
She's just sitting there. I love her.
She don't care. She's just like, if I die, I die.
We're in room 5. Started off very quiet, and about 3/4 of an hour into it, we had a huge thud on the wall, and the doll literally flew off the shelf.
So now we cut to another night weeks later, and the scariest moment ever captured inside the hotel occurs when a staff member is simply locking up the downstairs bar for the night, as the guests are all in their rooms.
Alright.
What is that?
Watch closely as staff member Tom, who has just locked the downstairs bar, comes to drop the keys off. And as he enters the function room, a clear baby crying is heard coming from the old brothel. This is one of the clearest pieces of DVP, direct voice phenomena, we have ever captured. And Tom is left in pure shock, as are the team.
It's like they say in aluminium. Fuck was that?
I don't see a baby.
Yeah. Huh? You said yeah, then? Who said yeah? Me.
Did you see a baby?
Yeah.
See a baby crying.
Ooh, I want to stay here.
Me too. Well, let's book a trip to England, bro.
What's that? Who's that? I don't see a baby.
All of a sudden, we cut to train spotting and the baby crawling on the ceiling. Still one of the most fucked up scenes ever.
The guys are shocked when the eerie sound of a crying baby can be heard echoing throughout the hotel's restaurant. Now, to be clear, there were no children of any age in the entire building, and the guys find
there's a bar.
nothing. So could it be that centuries of history have left Ye Olde King's Head as a bizarre paranormal hotspot? Let me know in the comments. You can watch many more guest spooky experiences and terrifying overnight encounters over on the YouTube channel, My Haunted Hotel. Weird world.
I want to go there.
South Haven, Michigan resident Jennifer says she was at a festival when she noticed something very odd going on in the sky above her. She grabbed her phone and started to record.
All right, everybody sees me walking. I'm walking. Look.
You are walking clear.
This plane isn't moving. It's not moving.
We're in a simulation, bro.
Exactly. You're in the Matrix. Come on. Be woke, people. Come on, sheeple.
Wake the fuck up.
Wake the fuck up, sheeple.
Yeah.
Now, Jennifer claims that the small airplane had been flying in the same spot, not moving at all, for hours before she finally decided to grab her phone and record the video. As you can see in the clip, many others also noticed the strange plane and filmed it as it is seemingly
Earth version 3.65. You know this.
Could it be that Jennifer captured a quote glitch in the Matrix?
Yeah, it is.
Someone needs to call and report this bug.
Explanation.
All right, hey God, get to work on this.
Keeper.
We need the next update. Come on, we need the next patch. Come on, 1.01 Earth Edition. Come on, fix the planes.
Oh yeah. Also, I didn't realize it accidentally happened earlier tonight. I tore the cup holder out of the chair that I currently have. I accidentally did that. Thankfully, it just slides right back in. You know, no issue. But I just thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I did that earlier. I was just messing around, and all of a sudden, just. Yeah. And then I remember doing it earlier, and I nonchalantly was like, just put it
right in the middle
in.
of a video, just
yeah. You'll probably see it. I'll probably share the edit with you whenever I get it. Oh God.
Yeah, that's literally just a glitch in the Matrix. That's just.
Yeah, that's pretty significant glitch in the Matrix, I would say. Let's see. I would also wager that, you know, if that was happening for a few hours, I mean, she couldn't have been the only one to see it. And knowing how quick people are to get their phones out and everything, I would, if there's other forms of evidence out there of someone else filming it, that's the crazy thing with the advent of the smartphone, is that people are able to do that now. People are able to oh my gosh, look at that. And it's like, if someone else is there, I'm like, dude, record this as well, so that we have multiple things of evidence on this. That's what I would do. Yeah, like in the moment, you know, thinking about it. But anyway.
Yeah. 100% right.
But yeah, anyway, I guess.
Number 1, Burger King foot lettuce.
Of the old church.
Keepers
Paranormal
of the
investigators
old
Jeff and
church.
Phil from the YouTube channel Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigation set out to investigate rumors of an allegedly haunted church deep in the woods of Bedham, England, the Old Mission Church. The
What a England.
Stone Church was built in 1880 and served as both a school for local children and as a place for Sunday worship for the town. But years later, the small town around the church was touched by tragedy.
Oh no, I paused at children too.
Was it the Catholic Church?
All I heard was church and touch, and then I paused at children, and the joke writes itself. It took my joke from me.
In 1919, a devastating influenza outbreak took the lives of nearly half of the town's children and many adults. The church/school fell into a state of decay. It was eventually forced to close in 1959, as the aging structure had become hazardous and unsafe. The historic building is now in ruins, but the church grounds is said to be extremely haunted by the ghosts of long ago. Witnesses have reported hearing the unexplained voices of children, and some even claim to have seen strange shadow figures roaming inside the church. As they begin, Jeff and Phil set up multiple static cameras. Now, the Ghost Tech guys always try to stay calm during their paranormal investigations, and after many years, Jeff and Phil aren't easily shaken, but they start to experience some highly unusual activity that even seems to make them a bit nervous.
Well, look, as I was saying, I'd asked for your name, and it may well be that you've told me your name, and I just can't hear it. You have to shout as loud as you can. Something touched my hand. Something just touched my hand. Okay, Sorry, please excuse me jumping back. But it felt like you brushed through my hand then.
Let me introduce myself. My name's Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
My friend and colleague
My name
standing
Jeff.
there holding a camera. His name is Phil.
Jeff and Phil.
So as I thought I could hear children's voices earlier, can I ask if any children can come forward, come inside the church and say hello to us, please? Now, back in the old days, when I say old days, I mean hundreds of years ago, there used to be a settlement here.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to cut wood. We've been told that there was kilns here. So it was a tiny, tiny little village. And I guess that this church was the centre of that village. That was a voice, Phil. So it was a tiny, tiny little village. And I guess that this church was the centre of that village. That was a voice, Phil.
Phil says something touches his hand, and Jeff hears the voice of a child that is captured by his EVP recorder. But that's certainly not all that happens this night, because as they continue to ask questions, they capture something truly bizarre on multiple cameras.
How it must have been different when the building had a roof, doors, windows, perhaps pews?
Ooh. Oh.
What was that, Jeff?
A black mass went right in between me and you and went over here.
Could you come back, please?
I kind of like videos like that. Because they calm with it.
Moves in between Phil and I, and it is captured on all of our cameras. Here is the footage taken from static cam 1, followed by the footage on all 3 cameras from all angles.
Perhaps pews?
Ooh. Oh, I see it.
Now I saw it.
What was that, Jeff?
It's quick.
Perhaps pews?
Ooh.
Yep.
What was that, Jeff?
A strange
That's right
shadow
from-
passes
in
between
between
Jeff
them.
and Phil, but because they're filming in the dark with infrared, Phil just can't see it. However, Jeff spots the figure on their infrared camera and is shocked. The 2 other static cameras also managed to capture the creepy event. So the 2 investigators take a break from filming to review their footage, but leave the static cameras to record while they're gone. After they leave, the camera inside the church captures another strange event that Jeff and Phil simply can't explain.
Oh.
They 2 bodies.
Strange thing is that it's
So,
adjusting
could the church
with
be
it.
haunted by the children who tragically lost their lives in the 1919
Yeah,
influenza
it's trying to
outbreak?
autofocus to it, but can't.
You decide.
It can't
You can watch this
decipher how
entire
far it is
investigation
away.
and many more spooky videos over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations. As always, thanks for watching. If you haven't noticed already, my upload schedule is just weird these days. So please subscribe and hit the little bell icon.
Welcome
so
to the
you're
club.
Yep. Welcome to the club. YouTube algorithm in a nutshell.
Yep. Sad but true. But Lord, man, that's just wow.
Eerie. Very eerie. Especially a church and it's supposed to be kids and influenza and obviously they died in pain. So a lot of them
it's-
died. Yeah, they died in pain. So they're dying angry because they can't do nothing. Whew.
God, I'm at a little bit of a loss about that one, man. That one was just, phew.
Intense.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think all the stuff that's happened and all the pain that's experienced. For instance, the Black Death is one of the biggest losses of life in one small
Vicinity.
window of small window of time too. 75 million people dead within 4 years. Think about that. 4 years, 75 million dead. And I know that, people, we had our more recent COVID pandemic and everything. And while it's tragic the amount of people who passed away during that, it is still minuscule compared to the grand scheme of things and how much has happened throughout history. I mean, flu, smallpox, typhus, what's it called? Scarlet fever?
Mm-hmm.
Cholera,
Spanish flu.
When the Spanish flu blew through after World War I mean, think about that. You had all that life lost in World War I, and then on top of that, compounded, you had, I think it was between 18 to 25 million dead within a span of about 3 years. It's honestly one of the worst times because the biggest losses of life, because you had a war, which, the First World War, the first modern World War, and then you had the Spanish flu right after. And I know that there's been other outbreaks, SARS, influenza, the bubonic plague actually has been making a comeback here recently, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
I know that the COVID pandemic hit India pretty hard, and I know that it hit here pretty hard, but I would say the biggest thing with looking back at stuff like that is a lot of people died, and a lot of people died in pain.
Yep.
And a lot of them were very young.
Yeah.
Think about that. Being young, having your whole life ahead of you. Boom, you're down for the count. You don't know if you're gonna make it out or not. You can't breathe. You're praying to God that you make it through this, and then just like that, you're gone. And what remains? Of course, your body, but at the same time, a lot of people take the Occam's razor route when it comes to discussing the soul or the afterlife or your entity that leaves your body and lives on in some way on a different plane of existence. And I know people use Occam's razor, but my problem with Occam's razor is that it assumes that humanity knows enough to be able to use Occam's razor. Occam's razor should only be used whenever something has been completely disproven. For instance, phrenology. Phrenology and, the study of the human skull being like, well, this is why certain races act this way. It's like, no, that's stupid. Occam's razor, gone. It's a pseudoscience. Get over it. But when it comes to our understanding of the universe and all that, I've encountered people who've just been like, we know enough to understand how things work. No, we don't.
Oh.
And your thought that we know enough to basically just discount and discredit anything and everything out there, it's kind of like self-serving and a little bit arrogant. And imagine that, a human being arrogant.
Yeah. Is that the ideology of I guess aliens? We're smaller than a speck of dirt and a speck of dust, or even smaller than just a cell in this galaxy, in this universe. And to think we're the only one that contains life. We may be the only one that have carbon life, but there's definitely life in other realms.
In terms of the quote known universe, and when I say known universe, I mean as far as scientists have been able to determine how far out all of this expands, there is our planet, which is in the middle of its own solar system, and it's not even the biggest planet in the solar system. It's one of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Then, on top of that, it's in its own galactic quadrant, which contains thousands and thousands of different galactic quadrants that also contain millions of different solar systems in their own right. And then you have our like independent, like the supercluster that we're part of. Then you have, you know, all the other subclusters that are out there that are out of our reach because, hey, dark energy, that's a thing. Which you look, when I look at dark energy and, you know, dark matter and like how the parts of the universe that we're able to view right now, but hundreds of thousands of years from now we won't be able to because the stars will have receded far enough away to where we won't be able to view them anymore. And that's sad to me, but at the same time, I'm glad that I'm alive in this era so I can witness, you know, the galaxy and the stars in the sky. And you got to take, you have to appreciate what you have in the moment, and you have to take measure and not be arrogant and think, oh, we know enough. We know enough to know what's going on and all that. It's like, no, we don't. And I'm not going to argue with someone, say, like Sam Harris, who's a friggin' like, you know, what neuroscientist. I'm not going to argue with, you know, John Lennox, who's a friggin' mathematical genius. I'm not going to argue with Dawkins, who's an award-winning biologist. I'm not going to argue with Peter Hitchens, who is one of the foremost minds on sociology out there. I'm not going to debate these guys, but I will say this: in terms of the unknown, it is never outside of the wheelhouse for us to just admit we don't know.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that are afraid to admit that they don't know. And
yeah, it's fine to be wrong. It's fine to be wrong. And again, we're a species that is forever learning, and we're learning new things, and we still don't know.
Yes.
Fuck all of our own ocean. So obviously, you know,
we've explored what 80. There's still 80% of the ocean we have not explored.
Yeah, and in the fact
our own ocean.
Yeah, and it's a simple fact that we also are discovering newer, like parts of our, I guess, like cells in our own body. Like they deemed it Pikachuan because it's an electrical current that goes through our body. And I guess the scientists were big Pokemon fans. So since they found out these cells produces electricity, they deemed it Pikachuan. And the fact that we have electrical currents in our bodies, and again, like we were discussing before, when you are in a vicinity for the longest of time, that'll be your last waking moments, or you spent 20, 30, 40 years living in this one location, you are releasing electricity in this area. And obviously when you pass on, those still linger in that area because, hello, that's, you know, currents don't go nowhere. Obviously,
well,
you need to get obviously it's current.
Of physics.
You gotta have, you know, it has to be grounded in this. There's a lot of physics and aspects that goes into that kind of just science. And when you're dying, your body's working at overtime, producing more things, producing this, producing that. You also have a lot of emotions, which again, it could linger. People feel body language. People feel the direness, the helplessness, the depression, the sadness, the happiness, and so on and so on. So you are leaving a piece of that behind wherever you're at. That's what I think.
I hear you on that, man, and it's a lot of that rings true. There's just so much that we don't know, and so much that we as a species still need to learn before we can make any true dire judgment about the afterlife or anything like that. I know that, again, sometimes we have to take it on a measure of faith when it comes to certain interactions out there. But above all, it's just nothing wrong with admitting to your own ignorance.
Exactly. Accountability. It is fine to have accountability.
And being humble.
And being humble.
And just staying within that realm where you understand, like, okay, I don't know jack shit half the time, and I shouldn't expect anyone to, anyone to listen to me because it's That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But all right, man. I guess. Damn.
That's the end of
That's
this.
a philosophy.
Yeah, we just got super deep into the spectral world and the astral world and philosophy and physics and science towards the end of this video. Again, if you enjoyed that little conversation, leave a like on the video. Again, in the description will be 2 links. It'll be Nuke's top 5 original link to this video itself. And again, when you click on the link, please subscribe to Nuke, and as well like the video and just show support to him. And again, I have my good buddy here, Nate, who also will be in the description. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to him as well, because again, this is a 4-part series. 2 of them are coming here, 2 of them are going to his channel, and again, you guys can watch it back to back. And basically, we're out of here.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking getting terrified, so this is a good way to us to de-stress from these videos. But if you want more, please give us more suggestions of other Nukes videos or any other content creators that produces any haunted ghost like stories. Recommend it to us. We'll watch it 100%. We'll do more series like this where we just do maybe 2 videos, 3 videos, 5 videos, who knows, depending on how much time we both have, and we'll give you guys entertainment as we dread life.
We suffer for you.
Exactly. But on that
we
note,
do the suffering so you don't have to.
Exactly, we suffer for you guys. But on that note, love your guys' faces. Until next time, peace out, guys.
Coming from the next lane.